Hello, friends. Welcome to the final episode of the Get Healthy Makeover series. I'm Linda Curry, and I love this topic. We are going to talk about happiness, bringing more joy into our life, as well as a sense of purpose. This is super critical to our overall wellness and our vitality and just living our best lives. I'm also going to share with you toward the end of this episode habits of centenarians, people that live over 100 years old. And you will notice that many of those habits are things we've talked about throughout this series, implementing into our lives. So let's get started. Happiness. um, I want you to think about happiness and bringing joy into your life. Because we talked about in the last episode stress really being the number one cause of disease and even premature aging. If we bring more joy into our life, we can offset that stress that is causing so many issues for us. And I also want you to think about small, steady changes like we've done throughout this series. There's no quick fixes. We can't just turn a switch on and we're happy all the time. So think about incorporating things into your life slowly and steadily over time that's going to bring more joy. It's interesting to note that happiness does not typically increase over a $75,000 annual income. So stop thinking that you need more money to be happy. Happiness can start right now. And I did note in a previous episode that those in service are happiest. So consider, if you haven't already, of having some kind of service in your life, something that's going to bring joy to you and also help others in the process. Studies also show that after the age of 46, happiness levels start to skyrocket. Even with life circumstances like parents aging and possibly even dying and health issues increasing, the age that we're at actually is a bigger predictor of happiness. It sounds crazy, but it's true. In fact, the lowest levels of happiness are when we're 20 years old to 45 years old. And you can imagine during that time, we're just trying to climb the corporate ladder. We're trying to build a family and we're worrying about our kids. All of those stressors that are happening, we're just busy, busy, busy. So, what happens after the age of 46? They don't really know why happiness levels skyrocket. However, it seems to be that your mindset changes. We become more content. Like we feel okay with what we've got, and we become grateful for the now and what we have acquired and what we have in our life. Our relationships become super important, and it's just a mindset change. We've maybe let go of resentments or bitterness of the past. We don't sweat the small stuff, like they say. And relationships tend to matter more as we age. So we focus on them. So, what can you do today to bring more happiness into your life? There's a lot of different things. So, I want you to journal about it. What's going to bring you more joy? Is it being around children more often? Maybe just smiling more. Try to find a way to fall in love with yourself. Be okay with you. Whether you find that through meditation or mirror work or affirmations, find a way to be more accepting of yourself. Maybe you want to share a dessert with somebody on a monthly basis or maybe even a weekly basis. Indulge in something that you truly enjoy. Laugh more. Stand taller. Think about your posture. Have more confidence in the way you walk. Maybe you want to take walks with loved ones. Schedule it. If you know it brings joy to your life, schedule it and make it happen. Trying something new often can bring joy into our life. So, what is that thing that you've been wanting to try, but you just haven't made time to make it happen? Buy a bouquet of flowers on your birthday. Do something joyful. Practice gratitude. We've talked about that a lot in this series. And so, really take some time to think about what's going to bring more joy into your life so we can really counteract a lot of our response to stress and we can age more gracefully. Now, I want to talk a little bit about sense of purpose because this also brings joy into our life. So, ask yourself some questions. Are you living your best life? If not, what could you do or what do you want to do to live your best life? Don't wait until retirement. Do those things now. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, it's about the here and now. Are you truly happy? Do you feel your life has purpose? Are you honoring your unique gifts and talents? I feel like we all have unique gifts and talents for this particular lifetime. And it's important that we honor that and utilize them. Even if you use them to just help one person, one child, it'll go a long way because it'll get passed on. Can you evaluate your priorities to live a fuller life? These are some questions to ask yourself and journal about so that you can make sure that you are living your best life. And maybe there's some things you need to give up for a more purposeful life. With that, I would like to go through some of the centenarian habits. People that live over 100 years old, what do they typically do that's contributing to their health and longevity? Things that we can incorporate. Some of these things we have talked about, and maybe it's just a reminder for you to incorporate or create some goals around them. One of the things they do is they get daily sunshine. We talked about with the circadian rhythm, how getting outside first thing in the morning to get that light to hit the retinas is very important. But just daily sunshine in general is a great way to get vitamin D, um, as long as you don't get sunburn, because that can be damaging. Working on your memory. So centenarians tend to do different things and they keep active. So they're constantly learning and trying new things. And they interact with young people so that it keeps their mind curious and they're helping. So they're in service. One thing I found really interesting is that they breathe and hum. So, specifically, apparently, humming actually helps your sinuses, and that vibration can actually help sinus issues. But they do tend to focus on their breathing as well as things like meditation and prayer. So, spiritual health is very important in these centenarians. Singing is also something that they practice. And singing is something that helps your parasympathetic nervous system. So it's very calming and so if you enjoy singing, this is a great technique for stress management to incorporate in your life. Supportive extended family networks. This is something centenarians have around them and something we've talked about in the last episode of just having a sense of community, whether that's with your family, your neighbors, your significant other. Having a lot of connections is really going to help to, whether it's blowing off steam, talking to somebody about things that are stressing you out, or whether it's laughing with somebody or bringing more joy into your life. There's a lot of needs that we have. So look beyond just your household for where you can meet these needs. And finally, proper sleep was very important for the centenarians. They go to bed soon after dusk and they rise at dawn. So they get about 8 hours of sleep. And I found it interesting that going to bed soon after dusk, their bodies are really acclimated to a great circadian rhythm of following the sun cycle with their waking and sleeping. So, this was the final episode of the Get Healthy Makeover series. I hope that you will take some actions this week for this final episode to really dig into things that could bring you more joy, and make sure that you're using your God given talents to live your best life, a life of purpose. It will feel so good. And this emotional and mental well being is going to translate into physical well being and help you age more gracefully. I want to thank you for sticking it out with me through this whole makeover series. I will have some follow on videos, I'm sure, as I think of other things I want to share with you. So please subscribe, like, and comment. Give me your questions and what you liked and didn't like so that I can improve upon things and share more things with you that you're interested in. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you more as we conclude this Get Healthy Makeover series. Bye bye for now.